Today on Hummer H3 Mod Fan, we're going to be installing in some new HID headlights to give our ride a nice clean look. Coupled with some LED fog lights from Op 7, the ride should be glowing as it drives down the road. Okay, so as you can see here, we have everything we need to install these items. We have the HIDs here, which come with both ballast, and here we have the Op 7 lighting LED fog lights. Not much to say about these. They're pretty much straight plug-in replacement bulbs. No really install necessary on these. So we're going to move here to the ballast and everything. As you can see, it's got your two ballasts, one for each headlight, your headlights of course, and then we're going to move into the more detailed stuff. This is your computer, and actually we're going to be sealing this because my computer on my last set went out through the water. This will plug into your old headlight bulb, and that's your straight power. Pretty standard install. So honestly, if we move on to the box here, it's all neat and organized. When it came to me, it actually was a little bit thrown around in the box. Could have been a little bit better packaging, but overall, good stuff. I enjoy the company, and so here we're going to be sealing the computer. As I said, it actually went out last time on my previous set due to water. It probably wouldn't be a problem if you're just standard driving, but for me, I wheel this vehicle, and so it does get quite a bit of water in there. For this, we're just going to be using 100% silicone on this, and it's the clear kind, just so it doesn't look weird. If you're like me and would like a more refined look, you can use a old credit card cut-up to get straighter lines and different contours beveled into it. So let's jump on in. It shouldn't take very long to do this. Okay guys, so now we're going to be moving on to sealing this beast. So as I said last time, water got into this and fried out the computer module, making it not work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over all the cracks and the holes and try and fill them up with silicone. Not getting too much inside of it. You want to more cover the area than get it in there. That way we don't run the risk of creating a bad connection between something and just not making us have a good day. So what we're going to want to do is just, as you can see here, I went on top of the computer module a little bit, on top of that plastic, just to create as much surface area for this seal as I could. Make it harder for something to get in there, and also if I have imperfections, give me a little bit more of a barrier between them. So obviously you're going to want to do this on all the sides of the seal, and I actually did it anywhere that it could leak into the module itself. So whether you're like me or just trying to attain a better seal between your plastic and your bond, we can use a credit card here to just smooth out the edges. So one, this is on an aesthetic side, it will make it look a little bit better, but more importantly it fills over any gaps where it may have been while we were laying it down to create just a nicer seal. So this is what it all looks like after it's dry. I will show you all the places where I sealed, more or less. There's a few that I missed in this video, but I actually went around and covered where the two plastic pieces meet. I apologize on this clip, my camera was having a hard time focusing, but that's okay, it will allow me more time to speak through this project with y'all. As you can see, I covered up over the fuse box. I actually completely encased the fuse box later, just so I wouldn't have any problems there. So pretty much the reason I'm doing this is, as I said, on my last set of these, it went out. The computer module went out due to water. And honestly, I was kind of angry about it, but at the same time, I realized that these aren't meant for having water splashed upon them, but more for road use. But, you know, it's something that you'd think that they would have thought through. So, here's what I did, and we will get to installing these here next. So, before we get into installing this, the first thing that you're going to have to know is you have to decide whether you're going to want to use these little mounting brackets that come with this. They easily go on the ballast. It took me literally under a minute to put this one on this ballast. And what they are is they're flexible metal that have a screw port so that you can bolt them into your car. They go on really easily. and pretty much they're just another mounting option versus just having these sitting loose in the vehicle. They mount using these 3 holes that I'm showing you. They appear to be very stable, but like I said, they're very pliable, so you can put them where you want them and mount your brackets neatly. In my case, I am going to be using these. They just set on like that, minus the screws in there, obviously. So just so that we can get a before and after, here's what these stock running lights look currently. They're that standard yellow look. They're actually not very bright with the bulbs that I have in there. We do have LED side markers and stuff. So here's how I decided to run mine. The general layout's going to be the same. You're going to have your power going straight into the positive side, obviously red to red. So after that, we've got our ballasts. This is kind of where everything's going to be. It's not mounted yet, obviously. That's going to be somewhere around there. That's our computer for this. And obviously our bulb is going to go in the headlight spot. It goes straight in, you take out your old bulbs, put the new one in. So same thing on this side. We're going to have, this is going to be our ground. And what we're using as our ground bolts are right here, these bolts on our frame. Make sure to get all the dirt off. You want good ground on both of them, as there is one for each HID. As for the line connecting the two, there's 2 options, and I'm going to do the other one. First option is run it along kind of the plastic, keeping it away from that little mechanical piece. The other option is take out the grill and the brush guard, on mine at least, and running it that way. And that's the way that I'm going to do it. Alright, so we've got the grill and the brush guard off, as you can see here. And what this allowed us to do is run our wire out of the way of everything, obviously, tying it down to any place that it was solid to keep it out of the way. Here you can follow the line that I threw these holes that were already pre-done and allow through that way. Also, you can see how I mounted the ballast here using those brackets right beside these bump stops that keep it where that the hood actually won't crush them. And our black cord obviously is our ground, and we use that same bolt there. Here's me demonstrating how that is actually above the ballast and won't crush down. So that's how all that was ran. But we actually took this off for a reason. And that was installing the LED fog lights. Though you could get these from these to the back, but it was easier to do it this way. These are just a simple twist, and then you change those out like you're changing out a normal bulb. Not much detail to do there. So I'm gonna put all this back together and get with y'all in the next look. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. As I quickly jump into my vehicle here, I would rate this at a 3 on the difficulty scale, if that, maybe a 2. So here's those LED side markers. I did not install those this time. So here the HID is flipping on. This is low, that's high. And here shortly I'm going to be turning on the fog lights. So there's those fog lights. The fog lights actually were simple, and as everything was, but 10 out of 10 on the project, I think. It looks great.